Hello. So one of the most devastating things happened yesterday morning. I got up out of bed. It was a Saturday morning. I got up out of bed looking forward to brewing a nice hot cup of coffee for me and Colleen. And I came downstairs and the coffee maker would not work. So we got a new one. It's a Ninja Hot and Cold Brew System. So it came with this recipe book, so I'm going to make one of the recipes with one of the options that I know I have all the ingredients for. So let's check that out. It's mid-afternoon. I already had coffee this morning. There's never a bad time to have coffee. I have a couple pieces of sausage in the toaster oven, so 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. Good time to have sausage and coffee. Here's the one I'm gonna go for because I love cinnamon in my coffee, and we have caramel syrup, and we have a little bit of half and half. So this is the one we're gonna go for. Filters in. This is the scoop that comes with the coffee maker. I do 2 heaping spoons of the small one for the size cup that I make. Half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. It's 4 scoops of coffee. I initially said 2, but when I double checked the recipe, it's 4 scoops of coffee, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of half and half, and 2 tablespoons of caramel, which we already put the caramel in. That seems like a lot because that's really sweet stuff, but I'm gonna trust it. I've never followed instructions on how to make coffee. I've always just made coffee and then added things to taste. All right, so on travel setting, which is this here, that's extra large travel, that's travel. So travel setting, over ice, brew, which is the selection here, over ice, travel, and all the ingredients are in there. It says 2 cups of ice, which I don't have 2 cups of ice available. So I put a lot of ice, but not 2 cups worth. 2 tablespoons caramel syrup, 2 tablespoons of half and half. And now we're gonna brew it. It's quiet. Basically brews, put some hot water in there. It puts a little hot water in there, and then it drip locks it to release some, so it can actually brew and not just pass through. It actually puts some hot water in the coffee and lets it sit in there so it can steep before unlocking it to drip through. Now it's putting more in. And I noticed too, with our older machine, we had a Ninja before. This is the newer model, the one that broke. If you put it on over ice, it brews super strong coffee because you're putting in ice. So it holds everything up here in this compartment, so it can steep longer to make stronger coffee. So it does take a little bit longer than brewing just a normal cup of coffee. This is the last step. There's topping off. Yep. Step 5 is blinking, so this is the last bit of coffee brewing through. Smells good. When the brew is complete, stir to combine. Stir to combine. All right, let's check it out. That's good. I think, yeah, it's not too sweet. A little bit of cinnamon hint. I'd maybe put a little bit more cinnamon in there, but that's just my preference because I like cinnamon. Maybe a little bit more caramel. I think it's because I use a dark roast coffee. It's already a strong coffee, so maybe lighten up on the coffee a little bit or increase the amount of cinnamon and syrup for a little bit more flavor. So the flavor of the coffee is still overpowering everything. So I'm gonna add a little bit more syrup and a little bit more creamer. All right, I'm gonna retaste. I added about a tablespoon more creamer and maybe a teaspoon more of syrup. That's better. Much better. I must say, I've made better without following a recipe, but this is pretty good. That was the cinnamon caramel iced coffee and pairs nicely with a plate of sausage. So, sausage and coffee, afternoon snack. So we'll try out some more recipes with our Ninja Hot and Cold Brew System, and maybe go through a walkthrough of that whole thing, because that does brew teas also. There's different settings for different types of teas, and who knew that different types of teas needed to be brewed in different ways. But we'll try that all out, and until next time, last tag.